welcome to the first episode of my knitting podcast. My name is Mathilde and I am a knitter based in Hamburg, Germany. I'm not actually German, I am French. So that's the accent that you're hearing. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. I've been knitting since 2020 and I really enjoy it. I love it. I knit every day, especially in the evenings, but also during the day when I have a little bit of time off. I'm a mother of two. I have a daughter who's 3 and a son who's 10 months old, and I knit for myself and for them as well. I knit mainly Scandi style patterns. I'm a big fan of petite knit and my favorite knitwears, those kinds of designers, but I'm also trying to branch out and try new things. I am deciding to start a podcast today because I really enjoy listening to podcasts here on YouTube. I listen to Knee Knits, Hip Knit Hooray, Good Knits. I really like Oline, the Norwegian knitter, and Helle. I forgot the name of her channel. So I listen to those podcasts when I knit, and it feels like having friends who knit. Because in real life I don't have people I know who are knitters, so it's a bit lonely and I cannot discuss my excitement about the patterns I want to make, about the projects I've achieved, and so I thought I would share those thoughts here on YouTube. I want to make this podcast a regular thing. I think probably once a month, if I have the time and if I have enough products to show. And I want to talk about the things I've made, the things I am doing, and the things I am planning on making. And today I have 2 finished objects, 1 work in progress, and 2 or 3 future plans. So I will start with my first finished objects, which I am wearing now. It is the Maggie cardigan by Petite Knit. It is made in knitting for olive silk mohair in the color red currant, held double, and it was made on 3.5 millimeters needles, which is the recommended needle size for this pattern. When I started this project, I wanted to make a cardigan for a wedding that I was invited to, a summer wedding, but it's in Normandy in France, so not so warm. And I bought the yarn, this lovely red, because of the color, because it would go well with my dress, which was a golden dress with pink and red flowers. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna try a new designer and I'm gonna do the cognac cardigan from Atelier Castin. But sadly, when I started doing it, I didn't like the fabric that I was making because it was on quite big needles, I think 6 millimeter needles, and the fabric ended up being very airy, very see-through, and the stitches looked a bit messy, not so smooth, and I thought, okay, I don't like this, I need to look for something else. So I looked at other cardigans, and then I thought, oh, there's the Maggie cardigan. That's been in my queue for months. I really wanted to do this one. But the Maggie cardigan is supposed to be knitted with a sport weight yarn. I think it's cashmere. And I didn't want to buy new yarn again because the silk mohair was already expensive enough. I didn't have the budget for a new yarn. And then I saw the Ivy blouse from Petite Knit had the same gauge, and it was also knitted on 3.5 millimeter needles, and it was knitted in mohair, 2 strands together. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna try and knit the Maggie cardigan anyway with my silk mohair. And I think it turned out okay. I'm really happy with this cardigan. The modifications, otherwise, I didn't make any, except I cropped it quite a bit to wear with a dress and with high-waisted jeans. And I knitted the size XS, and I followed the instructions. It was very pleasant knit, always very easy to follow the writing of Petite Knit. That's why I'm such a follower of hers, because it's always easy and I don't have too many questions when I knit those patterns from her. The shoulder has a nice detail when you it's set and shoulders, which look very elegant, and I enjoy wearing it, but I haven't worn it this much actually because it is a bit itchy. That's the one thing I regret with the yarn. It is a bit itchy. You get used to it when you wear it, but when you put it on it's a bit uncomfortable. And then I chose those tiny buttons, which I bought in Paris. And I really like those. They remind me of buttons that you can find on Cézanne jumpers. So that was my inspiration for those. So yeah, I would knit it again, but I would pick a wool that is less itchy, and I think the sizing and everything was good. So yeah, so that's for my Maggie cardigan. The second finished object I have is the Ingrid sweater baby, which is also a petite knit pattern. And this one is the 4th time I'm making an Ingrid sweater. It's my second Ingrid sweater baby. So I have one for me, one for my husband, one for my daughter, and now one for my son. And I made this in a yarn I didn't know before. It's the Lang Yarn Omega. It was a gift from my mother. She found it on sale. And it's a polyamide polyacryl mix. So it's very soft, but it is synthetic yarns. It doesn't feel plasticky though, so it was really nice knitting with it. And I really enjoy this pattern. I think it looks really cute with the different textures. It's really fun because you just want to go from one section to another. You're not bored. It goes really fast. That's what's so lovely with children objects. And it runs a bit big. This is a size 1 year old. The sleeves are a bit long, but that doesn't matter. You can just roll them up, and then the baby ends up wearing it longer, which is always good. My son has worn it, I don't know, maybe 3 times, and so far there isn't pilling, so yeah, a little bit on the front. I'm hoping that it holds up quite well because it is acrylic, so I guess it should be quite sturdy. And I wanted to show you the first Ingrid sweater that I made. Not the first one, but the first Ingrid sweater baby that I made. And this one was for my daughter. I made it 2 years ago. It was also a size 1 year old, and it was pretty big. I lengthened it because the ribbing at the end broke, so I had to unravel, and then I knitted it longer. I had some leftover yarns, thankfully, so I could repair it. I always have this issue with the Italian bind off with the jumpers for my children. I don't know if it's because they tug at it, but it always ends up breaking, and then I have to mend it. So maybe I should start doing another kind of bind off, maybe the stretchy bind off. I think that's what I did for this one. Yeah, I redid it. I didn't do Italian, but I did the stretchy bind off because I thought, I don't want to repair it again. It doesn't look as neat, it doesn't look as pretty, but yeah. Hopefully it's a bit more sturdy. And this yarn was soft merino from Knitting from Olive. It's discontinued, they don't do it anymore. And I can't understand why, because it didn't hold up so well. It's a bit felted. It peeled a lot. Now, yeah, it's still soft, not itchy at all. But yeah, it didn't hold up so well. But my daughter wore this a ton, and it's still in good shape enough that my son will wear it too. So I'm keeping it. I have another jumper in this yarn for myself, and it's the same. I think it didn't age so well. It felts a bit, even if I hand wash, and it peels. And it gets a bit hard, so it's not supple, and yeah. I would not use it again, but it's discontinued, so I don't have the option to do that anyway. And now I would like to talk about my work in progress, which is also a children knit. It is the Always Always Forever unicorn pattern from Wool and Beyond. It's for my daughter. It's in size 104, which is 4 years old, I think. My daughter is 3, so I'm making it a little bit bigger in hope that she can wear it longer. I'm making it in the recommended yarn, which is Drops Air. I have the color Lavender Haze, and then white. I think it's the natural white. And it's my first color work. It was really interesting. It's Intarsia, and so you make the unicorn. It was really hard for me in the beginning because you have to follow the chart for the horn, and I was so focused on the horn that I just did the horn, and went down, and I forgot about the ear. So I arrived maybe at this level, and my horse had no ear, so I had to unravel and do it again. So yeah, if you do Intarsia or charts in general, you have to look at the whole thing, the whole picture, and not just focus on one part of the schematics. And another thing I had to redo for this jumper is the neckline, because it was quite low, and when my daughter tried it on, it went here, which is not what I want for her. It gets quite cold in Hamburg, even in the fall, so I want her jumpers to go up so she doesn't get cold. So what I did, because I didn't want to redo the whole thing, is I picked up fewer stitches. I redid the neckline, and now it is going higher, but it's puckering a little bit, but not the neatest here. I'm hoping it improves with blocking. If you have any advice on how to improve the neckline without the puckering and without redoing the whole jumper, you're welcome to say in the comment what you advise I do. Do you think the blocking will solve it? I'm really crossing my finger that it does. And yeah, what's lovely with this jumper is that I'm gonna add a mane with lots of colors and then embroider the eye, which I'm looking forward to give the unicorn a bit more personality. And my daughter is really looking forward to the mane. She's always asking me, Mama, are you going to add the hair soon? But first I have to finish the second sleeve. So that's my work in progress. And right now on my needles I have nothing for myself. And so I want to cast on something for myself. And I'm thinking of using the leftover from the Ingrid Sweater Baby, so the Lang yarn Omega. I still have 4 skeins of that, so I think it's enough for a t-shirt for myself. And this is a DK weight, so I'm thinking of a DK weight t-shirt. I've never made a t-shirt before. I haven't done summer knits actually for myself yet. So I looked on Ravelry and I saw the Vega tee from Linné Home Sansoy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna cast that on. It is August. I still have 1 month. I think that's enough to finish it before fall really comes upon us. And then I have other leftover. I have this Tuscany tweed from Maya. And this one is leftover from a jumper that I did for my husband. And I bought this yarn in a big bag because it was on sale. So I have a lot left. Even if I made a man jumper with it, I still have 4 or 5 skeins from this. And I'm thinking of making the Willem overall for my son. So it's those trousers, like overalls. I hope they require quite a bit because it goes up the chest and then you have the legs. And now that he's going to be 1 year old, the clothes are getting bigger. So I'm hoping it will take at least 3 of those, maybe 4, maybe everything. And then I don't have this anymore in my stash, that would be great. And this yarn is viscose and wool. 50% wool, 30% viscose, 15% alpaca. And it's really soft, not itchy at all, so that's great. I think it will be good for him to wear because children hate itchiness. It's a mistake I've made times and times again with my daughter. If it's itchy, she doesn't want to touch it. And final, oh no, I have two more projects that I want to make. I have those leftovers. Those are knitting for olive merino in dusty banana, and this one, I think it was poppy blue. And then I have this one, which was not the same. This was from Maya merino yak. It was sock yarn, and it's in this royal dark blue, very pretty. And I want to use those three to make a stripe jumper for my son. I'm thinking of making the Friday pullover, which I've made already 3 times. The 3 times were for my daughter, so she has a very small one, a medium, which she never wore because it was itchy sock yarn. That was a shame. And then a bigger one that I made in merino that is soft, and this one she wears. So I love those jumpers. They're very fun with the raglan, and it's a broken rib stitch, so it's still interesting to do. I want to make another one. And for myself, I also have in stash this alpaca classical, also from Maya. Yeah, I bought a lot of Maya on sale. And this is a Han, and it's merino and alpaca. Is there other thing? No, it's just 60% wool and 40% alpaca. And I want to do a Moby sweater for myself. I already made one Moby sweater in Sunmess Sunday, and a mohair from Hobby. I don't remember the exact name. It was red. It was very pretty, but I gifted it to a friend because she was admiring it so much. I thought, let me give it to you. And now I don't have a Moby sweater anymore for myself, so I want to make another one. But I don't think I will start this before September because that's already 3 other projects that I have, and I am not that fast of a knitter. So yeah, here are my knittings, current knittings. I hope you enjoyed listening to them, and thank you for listening. Bye!